I had a real racist joke the other day. I don't know if it's racist or not. You tell me.
Nah.
But I thought it was funny nonetheless. So and I told Taylor this, I think maybe off the show, or maybe I said it anyway, but
Hold on, wait. Let me prepare to not laugh in case this gets clear.
Okay. All right. Try hard. Clear your mind. Not funny. Not funny. Holocaust. It was real. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Never forget. We had a book in my house growing up called And God Cried. And on the back of it was a pile of the bodies. Like jokes aside,
yeah.
It's not funny stuff.
I mean, hundreds of thousands of
It's who's to say? God damn it. Rewind me just a little bit. I've got this.
You were dabbling.
You got a racist joke a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so I had to get the water line worked on in my yard, right? And they said it's the third crew in a row. It's a true story. It's third crew in a row.
Take care, Icarus. Yeah.
It's third. You've heard the joke. It's not that bad, right?
No,
all right, so it's third crew in a row, right? Two white guys have tried to fix this before, just to be fair. Like I'm, across the board. The two white guys fucked up both times. They dug the hole, they worked on the line, they fixed it supposedly, and it leaked again. While I look out the window, who's out there working on it? Mexican and a black guy. And at first, I'm like, this might work out. This might work out, but no, it's exactly like you'd think it would be. They worked hard, then quit early. There's still a big fucking hole out there, deep as shit. They worked hard digging that hole, then they just fucking quit early, as they would. And now I've just got a big koi pond in my yard. It looks more like a meteor struck, and then it rained in it.
With no koi. So you don't even have a nice Japanese artistic chic to your home.
No, it's awful.
You just have a mud hole. Did I tell you guys my that's city utility workers. Yeah, me too.
Well, yeah, the plumbers. The
plumbers, those fucking plumbers with their
all
their
of
affirmative
them.
actions, and they're like just trying to dog whistle as plumbers. That'd be funny. Did I tell you I had a bad luck thing with my I had a bunch of trees in my yard removed because they were dying and rotting, and these people destroyed my yard. It's as though I paid for a tree removal and lawn destruction service. Yeah, and they're the best in the fucking biz, let me tell you. Because they basically in my backyard, I live in a wooded area, tons of trees.
We really focus mostly on the yard destruction.
we focus mostly on ruining your fucking yard.
Is your backyard nice?
My backyard is way less nice than it was after they wrecked it. It's my front yard that I'm pissed about.
The grass. Is it grass or weeds cut to the same height?
No, it was grass. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I said was grass. Yeah. So basically it was 6 trees that I needed removed in my backyard because they were all either dying or rotted or just looming over my house and making me anxious. And so I figured, just let's rip the Band-Aid off because trees are expensive. All 6 of them down. I'll either have to do
how much.
Yes, you can, and I'll surprise you with it. All right,
you want me to guess now, or
yes, guess now.
6 trees.
Yep.
Like big trees.
The smallest of them were probably that big around.
Did he go?
Did
he have to go up and climb the trees with a chainsaw?
Oh yeah, on all 6 of them.
Dude, did that cost you $3,000?
Cost me $4,900.
Okay.
That's rough.
And I guess it's more expensive sometimes. They charge you more depending on how much it's how close it is to your house or whatever. It's a couple of them were right.
It was $800 for me for one. So I was hoping you got the bulk discount.
Dude, that was the bulk discount.
Holy shit, that's the math. $4,800.
Yeah, that was the big, because the guy this is the one part that was decent is when I was calling around about it. In my head, I'm like, fuck it, it's gonna be $10,000. And when I called him in December, the dude was like, yeah, nobody gets trees removed in December, so I'm just trying to keep my crews working, because so here, you'll get a super cheap price. And I was like, all right, that works for me. And they come and they start removing the trees. He tells me it's going to be a 1-day process. I'm no genius, but I was even in the moment what do you bring in 50 people to my house to like just like all at once. Like you're like, no, this is gonna take longer than that. And so he comes on like a Thursday a few weeks ago, and they start doing their shit. And the next day was obviously Friday. They come back to start again. And all they did the first time was really kind of get set up and like tie stuff around the trees, like to kind of like look at the leverage points and whatnot. Then nothing had started. And that Friday I was leaving town to go to my grandparents. And so as I'm leaving, there's like getting a bunch of work done, like sawing the trees and everything. And I'm already noticing like my yard looks like shit. Like they drove through it with the, so my yard, you know how there's a straight line from the road through your side yard for every house in existence. You know how you could, if you want to walk from the front left portion to the backyard of a house, you would walk straight past the back left side of the house, just straight. You know, if you wanted to walk past the right back side of a house. What they did is they set up their machine and drove across my yard. Their machine started on the left side of my house and then ambled up next to my goddamn mailbox.
And this is like a private company. It's not like from the city or anything like
no,
that.
This is supposedly a decent company.
Bro.
They drove across my entire yard in wet weather. And then I guess they didn't like that route. And in that route, they destroyed a swath 8 feet by the entire length of the entire yard.
That's
mud destroyed. And then I guess that approach wasn't working because while I was, I know. And while I was out of town, I guess they didn't like that route on day 2 for Saturday, because the next day they took it right to the right side of my house and they drove a whole new path through my yard, and they didn't put boards down, and it was wet. And I got home Sunday and I laughed when I saw my house. I went,
as would I.
Because they've destroyed my yard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Destroyed.
That's a
it's
crazy,
raining all the
crazy
time.
thing
There's
to do.
Let me ask you this.
Let me real quick. When I got back on Sunday, I'm getting back from my grandparents' house. I just wanted to relax and play Age of Empires 2 all day. I'm full of steak. I've got some other steak she sent me home with. I just want to play Age of Empires 2 and get stoned and eat more steak. And I try and log on to the internet. I have no internet. These guys dug so deep into my yard without the board, with the tracks on their machine, that they physically severed my internet line. It didn't unplug it. It didn't misalign it. They drove so deep through my yard, they severed my fucking internet line.
That's fucking crazy.
And
honestly,
these
I would fucking eat their
Oh,
children. Praise be to Allah.
This guy, praise be to Allah. These guys, they came back yesterday because the guy told, I knew something was amiss because on the Friday after I left, a lady from the company called me
lawns torn
and
up.
was
You're
like,
something's amiss.
hey, there's a bunch of stuff with your yard. We're gonna take care of it. And I was like, at my grandparents. And I'm like, okay, so it's even worse than it was when I left. They came back yesterday. The owner or manager of the company, he wasn't there yesterday. I wonder fucking why. I wonder why he didn't want to fucking talk to me. And he sends his like goons, the workers, and they throw down some straw haphazardly. And then they come to my front door and he's like wanting me to inspect it and like pay him $5,000. And I was like, I get it. Like, you guys are just doing your job, but this is and I always keep it like calm. Like, I'm not someone to like freak out. And,
you can't. Yeah,
I'm always very calm
to
about that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, like, this is unacceptable. I know all the 4 of you guys here. If you guys, if you at your home hired someone to remove a tree and they did this to your yard, I can't imagine what you guys would be thinking. And that's what I'm thinking right now. So if you need to tell your boss, you know, and I told him, I'm like, I'm not going to give you guys a dime until my yard is returned to the way it was before, because this is absurd. I'm going to be getting fines from my HOA. Like, do you have any idea how horrid this is?
You're
what
like,
you guys
Elon Musk is trying to ruin my life.
Oh my
Elon Musk is trying to ruin my life.
He will fucking kill me.
And so my yard, I can send you a photo after the show. My yard is fucking destroyed, ruined. It took me so long to get grass growing well in my yard because the previous owners treated the yard like shit. And so I had to like reseed so many times, and I took the aerator out
now
there
that
for
I have a house,